Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Sean here with BlueRidgeSilverhound, and today we have a number of coins that have sold for exactly $2,500 on eBay within the last 90 days, and we're going to go ahead and actually explore these coins. Are they the real deal? Are they some phenomenal error that just, a new discovery or something pretty spectacular? There's a lot of coins out there, modern wise. Keep in mind, these are modern coins. All coins from let's say the last 50, 60 years. All very findable in change. The real question is, are these legit coins that are truly worth $2,500 like these sellers are pitching? Pretty interesting. And it seems to me, okay, so we are on eBay and we are right around the spot. These are all completed sales in the errors section on eBay. We're at $2,600 and we're going to scroll down to the first coin that kind of caught my eye. And I'm like, wow, that's impressive. A 2020 Denver Mint. If you found a really phenomenal error on a Denver minted coin, that's a newsworthy kind of find right there. But we have a Salt River Bay quarter with errors. Wow, they even charged $4.45 for shipping. How cool is that, right? But it appears to be a buy it now listing. I could already see this item is already relisted on here. Yeah, there's a few red flags. We have a new seller with zero feedback, obviously. Pretty red flaggish, if I say so myself. Let's go ahead and click into the listing because I am very interested in knowing a little bit more about what we have here from Lawit 6223. I'll be honest, the photos look good. I think he did a good job with the images. That last image was probably unneeded because it's way out of focus, but whatever. Let's see what he said. Let's see, 2020 D Salt River Bay quarter with errors. What are exactly those errors? Because I know you can find die chips and stuff on the Philadelphia minted Salt River Bays. There's even the West Point minted coins that can be found. But as far as the Denver, there's really nothing of note. Even on Philadelphia, there's a few minor doubled dies, like in this little middle section of this plant right here, the centralized portion. Of course, these were all produced today during this newer state-of-the-art single squeeze press era of coin production. So a lot of your doubling are going to be things like class 9s. If there was a class 10, it'd be that as well. That's why on a few examples you see kind of like a faint doubled ear on some examples of these quarters, but you really only see them on the Denvers. I would say, as far as this coin goes, I don't see anything. There's even a few digs, a few hits right here on the reverse, which is quite annoying and very distracting. That on its own, on such a new coin, wouldn't warrant a lot of money for it anyways. So, with that being said, someone did bid. I would happen to think it's some sort of shady, underhanded kind of two-party, Lawit and Lawit's friend. Say, hey, go ahead and throw a bid in on this. I'll just cancel the order. Just to show a sale of this coin, and then to get other people who are less knowledgeable to take a bite of the bait, so to speak. That's all it really is for this particular coin. But hey, wait, there's more. We got 6 other listings to look at. And by the way, this one allegedly sold May 27th of this year, so within the last 90 days. And just for kicks, the coin is gone on that relist. Someone have reported it, and it has been 86th off of the website. So there you go. So that's the first one right there. The next one is a 2021 Philadelphia Error Roosevelt dime. Look at that sale price. $2,500, $445 for shipping. Here we go. I mean, same verse as the first. So we have a new seller, zero feedback. They even have their freaking location in there. What do you know? The coin has been relisted. We'll take a look at that here momentarily. But what do we have here? Do we have a legitimate error worth $2,500? First and foremost, the pictures are absolutely horrid on this particular case. I mean, 2021 Roosevelt dime. This thing is brand new, yet this thing looked like it was rode hard and put away wet. That's how bad it looks. It's all scuffed up, damaged on the obverse, the reverse of the coin. Luckily, I was able to focus in a little bit for you guys so you could see the coin. But the reverse, nothing of note. But the front of that coin took an absolute beating right there. That's not a min error. That's damaged. That's a damaged coin. The seller, and I don't know if you guys can see this, had wrote down very rare one-of-a-kind dime, off-center strike error. Okay, so I'm not seeing the off-center strike at all. The rim appears, and this is just based off of the photographic images and the lighting. The rim does appear slightly fatter around where Liberty is on the front of that coin. It might be a minor misaligned die, but even still, a minor misaligned die on any date of coin, regardless of what it is, doesn't command too much of a premium, if any at all. All right, they are quite common, and it's well within the tolerances for the U.S. Mint procedures of striking these coins. All right, so we could debunk this one as being just straight up hot Flamin' Cheetos garbage with a pickle on top. This thing is about as sour as a vinegar's day. The relist, of course, that was going to be the next coin we were going to look at based off of that red background. Also, another relist on the relist, and boom, this sucker got 86th. What do you know? All right, so that one is an irrelevant listing, but you got to know this stuff, all right? And here's the other relist. Same coin with all the same damage. I mean, I don't even see a misaligned die on there. I'm sorry. But yeah, you guys need to know this because there's a motto out there called activity breeds activity. All right, monkey see, monkey do. You jump off a bridge, I'll probably jump right behind you along with that. When you have coins like this with an extraordinary value tacked onto it, people gain notice. People pay attention to things like this. Sometimes they'll get buried deep in the annals of eBay's completed sales. It could happen, but people will look at coins like this, okay? And then what they're going to do is assume like, hey, I have a coin exactly like that. I'm going to go ahead and upload it onto eBay as a listing and see if I could get, maybe not $2,500, I'll do them a favor because this is the second example known of this coin and do $2,000 or $1,500, where in reality, these damaged coins are worth nowhere above face value. All right, so keep that in mind. All right, but we do have a coin here that I'm like, there's a lot of promise with a 1966 Lincoln Memorial Cent. There is actually a very notable doubled die on this particular coin that is actually quite rare and quite valuable. We've seen actual examples of this coin with that Cherry Picker's Guide doubled die sell for a few $1,000s in the past. So it could be the coin. Let's go ahead and explore. Same thing, $2,500, but oh boy, here we go. So we got another apparent relist on this item. So whatever happened to the first sale didn't quite happen the way it should, and it got relisted. Sold by Rish16. And guess what? Zero feedback. Ooh, all right. So that one is, no doubt about it. I don't think this person really knows what he's talking about double to die. And I doubt that this one is exactly what he claims it is. First of all, you don't take pictures and have it rotated 90 degrees. Second of all, for things like this, where you say it's a double to die, I'm all choked up. You say it's a double die. You have to get in really close. You have to take microscopic images about 50 to 100 times power. You really do need a microscope, a digital USB style microscope for things like this. All right. Don't skimp the details. If you think it is the DDO number 1 or the FS101 or whatever the case may be, you need to get in close. Invest $100 to make yourself $2,000. In this particular case, I don't see anything here. These pictures are absolutely horrible. I wouldn't even call it coin porn in this case. I mean, because it doesn't do it for me. 1966 no mint DDO Lincoln head penny, great condition. DDO in God We Trust, which we took a look at that, and it's apparent die deterioration doubling. All right, and rare 1966, rare. It's so rare. PCG has said that an average grade of this coin is so hard to find, it doesn't have a value. That I'm willing to agree upon, because this is one of the most scarcest double dies to find. That's saying a lot, since I have a beautiful specimen for sale. It ain't that great. All right, it's probably an XF45. 1966 is probably the most sought after coin in the 60s, hands down a collector's dream. Now, no, that is not the freaking case. 1966 is not the most sought after singular date within the 60s. 1960D is the most sought after individual coin because of all the RPMs and that large over small date and RPM combo variety coin. That is an absolute bomb. Hands down a collector's wet dream. No, it's not. Again, nobody's getting excited for things like this. And what we have here is an automatic Dudsville. So this one right here, the relist on this coin is no sale. Well, it's got a bid. It's got one sale. Hopefully no one picked this one up and paid the actual $2,500 for a coin with apparent die deterioration on there. Those coins are worth generally about face value. All right, so that's the other next good one. So this one right here, we might actually stop after this one because it's just getting plain straight up ridiculous. We have a 1977D. It's a Denver minted Washington quarter DDO transitional error quater. All right, well, that's the error. He spelled quater instead of quarter. And hey, it's from our old pal Rich 16 up in Lake Katrine, New York. Yes, I'm calling you out, bud, because you can't be scamming people like this. I mean, what's the big surprise? We're gonna go in here. We're gonna take a look at this. I'm more interested in what he has to say. Sorry, it's a little bit cut off. I'll read it to you. 1977D DDO transitional error quater. Okay, first and foremost, it can't be a DDO and a transitional. Transitional period is either a design change or a compositional change of the alloys, the metals, and whatnot in there. AKA the COD coin, which makes no sense. This is an RPM struck on a 1976 silver planchet from the San Francisco Mint in 76 because the bicentennial blank remained in the hopper. No, I'm not buying that for 1 second. It doesn't look like the silver 40% planchet. He didn't even say it's 40% in there. He just said it's, the silver planchet of 76. So obviously he doesn't know what he's talking about. How it got to Denver, no one knows till this day. 40% silver. Oh, there it is. Okay, I take everything back I said. Maybe this guy is the real deal. Described as the single greatest rarity for this period, 5.7 grams. This is also an error coin with no JF initial and a double D mint mark. Double D mint mark seriously needs a very supportive bra in this case. Strike damage in God, which looks like COD. Okay. Also 1-9 in 1977 from the double press. We don't refer to a double die as a double press, by the way. The dies have been doubled from the hub to the working die twice. So that's how it works. Rear contains natural toning under the eagle's claws, but the arrows and leaves are still stunning. Beautiful strike, mark on the words quater and United States of America. Why is he omitting the letter R in quarter? Eagle eye and head feathers are noticeable. Heritage Auctions has a 1977 price at $4,900. I've done my homework. eBay and I know this is the sought-after 1977D DDO. God, I feel like the luckiest man alive. You can also, but this quarter is going to cost a few pennies. Every pun intended. Well, my friend, if you do have that error, the transitional 40% silver error, you need to send it to PCGS or NGC before you sell it online. People will just not take your word for it because it looks like the color of a silver coin, because it's not. All right. Why didn't you show us the edge so we could see that hamburger nickel copper clad layer on the edge? All right. For kicks. No, this is not the transitional error. Although if it was, that'd be impressive. It'd be worth a lot more than $2,500. So yes, we have debunked this one as well as being just a joke and a scammery. All right, so we got our 1966 that sold again for $2,500. That might have been the legit deal. It is July 16th. Again, $2,500 for a dye deteriorated coin is nowhere within the ballpark for that coin. And actually, I lied. We do have a few more. We got 1961D, double die penny. Okay, so we forgot the last letter D and doubled, and you spelled die wrong. This item is hard to come by. It's not a lot of these. You got that right. Especially a tie-dye t-shirt, right? So we got MWill_26 with 0 feedback from the good old state of Minnesota. Impressive. $2,500 if this is the real deal, what you say it is. But when we scroll in, I don't see anything notable other than it being a circulated Lincoln cent. Probably AU50 on its best of days. You know, I mean, it's not that bad a shape, but it's worth about 2 cents because of the copper in there. There is a slight premium, 2 cents on its own, based off of that. Well, let's talk about 1961D as a date on its own. Okay, there's a number of RPMs. The most famous of one is the D over horizontal D RPM. All right, but even some of the most highest end, highly graded coins of that particular RPM don't even come close to $2,500. As a matter of fact, one of our panel members on the live coin Q&A channel, check it out if you haven't done so, sold a few examples of the D over horizontal D that he had pulled out of mid-state BU rolls a short while ago, and had sold them for, you know, I think it was probably around $40-50. That's what you would expect to sell a raw version of that coin in kind of like mid-state 64 grades. This one right here, far from that. I mean, it's all brown. 1961D double die penny. This item is hard to come by. It's not a lot of these, shipped with USPS. All right, and the one thing that drives me nuts, and you'll see this a lot with these kind of like scam sales, is you're going to see this under returns. Seller does not accept returns. Okay, there's red flags, and then there's red flags and red flags. Now you are covered, all right, as a buyer for coins that are not as described. Whether or not they have, seller does not accept returns as an option in that listing. So keep that in mind. If you feel like that you got taken to the bank, literally, or to the cleaners. Cleaners is more appropriate because you got soap in your mouth after this experience. If you feel like that you got scammed on a coin, send it back. All right, do the return through eBay rather than communicating to the seller for the return, because you won't get anywhere. They're going to either already have their money, had already transferred it into their account, and they've closed everything, which they do. They do these fly-by-night operations, which is really easy to do. And then it's going to be up to eBay to do some sort of course of action to recover that money. And it really does not end very well in those cases. So keep that in mind. So we also have an extremely rare US coin. Now, what I like most about this example is that it is a mercury dime, one of my favorite coins. The photos right off the bat are extremely, again, you know, 0 feedback, new seller. This particular instance, the The pictures are incredibly out of focus. We do know it's a 1944 Mercury dime. The date isn't even in the listing title, which, again, for completist sakes, in the coin business, you got to put all the information in the listing title. What we have here is a coin worth approximately $2.50 based off of silver and its premiums today. All right, and $4.30 for shipping, because obviously they want all of the profit off that $2,500, and they don't even want to give you free shipping on something like that. The seller does not accept returns. Again, another red flag amongst the scams. Extremely rare U.S. coins. I think this individual is playing off of the fact that it is an obsolete type coin that you just don't see in circulation anymore. You don't come across Merc dimes in circulation that much anymore, let alone in bankrolls. Especially if you're an avid coin roll hunter and you go through a ton of material. More than likely, you won't come across a Mercury dime that often. So, yeah, ship with first class. It says 2/1. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's referring to the coin. I don't see any 2/1 anything on here. So we could automatically assume that this coin is Bunk Ola as well. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That was brutal. 2,500. So let's just count it off of the few listings. The singular listings, not the relists. So we talked about this one. That's $2,500. I do not want to go back in there. We have the 61D. That's $5,000. 66. That's $7,500. The 77. Sorry, my dog's going crazy. $10,000. We have this one here, 12.5. And then finally, the Salt River Bay. We talked $15,000 in fake sales on eBay. $15,000. If they were all legitimate, like 92 cams and all this other stuff, and you made 15 grand, congratulations. When you make it this way and you're trying to steal, and it's apparent in that, and there might be a listing in there that is slightly more on the naive side, the uneducated type of baseless sale, that I would say the person that probably the 66 right here is about the most honest attempt at trying to sell this coin, because they think they have the big one when in reality they don't, So again, be safe out there. Don't spend your money on things like this. Do not get suckered into these phantom listings out there where people are asking a ton of money and you see a completed sale because it's in green, ladies and gentlemen, like you see there. Don't fall for these at all. All right. You will get hurt. You will lose money. You will lose street cred on eBay if you have, a decent sized store, or if you even have any feedback that's worth saving your eBay for. Don't do anything like this. All right. You got to listen to people like me, and there are a few others that talk about stuff like this. I believe Coin Help You does things like this similarly as well. Daniel is fantastic. We will keep you along the same path, so that way you are making sensible decisions with your coins when you decide to sell them. And you got to know how do you attribute these coins. If you can't do that, you will lose out every single time. And then pictures is going to be one of those things that's going to develop over time. You will get the hang of it. But that's going to go ahead and do it, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, come and join us. I have reactivated my Facebook account. This time it's called BlueRidgeSilverhound, all one word, collectibles. Go ahead and check me out. We are back live, baby. We're going to be uploading more videos. We're going to have exclusive live content on Facebook coming up. So we're going to have some nice live things. We're also going to do any giveaway announcements. We'll be strictly on Facebook. And, maybe we'll also do some on, we're going to do it both on YouTube and Facebook, all right, for giveaway announcements. But we will also throw on some short, kind of like 5-minute exclusive, how-to videos on Facebook Live. All right, so we'll do live videos there and talk about errors, varieties, things, how to do photos and all that great stuff. But it was a pleasure, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Sean, with Blue Ridge Silverhound. Thank you for 200,000 subscribers. That is fantastic. Finally, we have reached that amount. Okay, so on to the next number, 300K is a big, huge number. And yeah, it took a while. It took me over a year to get 100,000. And I'm hoping with the bandwidth of reaching out and doing other things with social media, that'll help me grow a little bit faster. So we'll see. But that's going to go ahead and do it, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate your support of my channel. Don't forget to like, share, or subscribe. Hit that bell for instant notifications. And I will see you next time, my coinaholics. We are discovering together. All right, take care.